Go from the Home tab, I'll click New Slide and choose Title and Content. And I'm going to type in ice cream sundaes. And I'm going to type in some text. So I went ahead and I typed in all my text. And one of the things I'm going to do is I can now select that text. Up in the paragraph group, there's a button here called the Convert to SmartArt Graphics button. I can click on it and choose a graphic, and it will change what is displayed on my screen. So it adds a nice graphic to my text. Notice this box appears here, so I can add some additional categories. I don't need that, so I can click this little X to get rid of that. And I'm finished working with this, so I can click outside that placeholder. I'll then click New Slide. I'll choose Title and Content, Prices. Now, one of the questions that students ask me all the time is, I need to insert a table into my document, or I need to insert a table into my PowerPoint presentation. How do I do it? Here's the quick and easy way. I can just put my mouse over this button here. It says Insert Table, and I've got to determine how many columns and how many rows I need. Well, for my presentation, I need 4 columns and I need 4 rows. Once I have those numbers in, I just click OK, and there you go. I'll then go into this cell. I'll type in small, medium, large, and I'm going to type in the rest of my data. Okay, I just finished typing in all my data, and one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this sizing handle and resize my table a little bit. I'll then select all my text, and you notice what I can do. I can go to the Home tab and change the font size so it really stands out. Now, I've typed in 5 slides. I'm going to go back to the first slide. And one of the nice things about PowerPoint is once you create a PowerPoint presentation, if you want to make changes to it, you can just click on the thumbnail to the slide that you want and then go ahead and make whatever changes you need to do. Okay? One of the things that is I rarely recommend students do is add footer information to their slides, and it's really quite easy. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click the Insert tab, and I'm going to click Header and Footer, and I'm going to add a date. Now notice I've got 2 options, Update Automatically, or I can click Fixed. Now for me personally, I recommend Fixed, but if you have a textbook and it says use it, update automatically, that's fine. I'm going to type in a date. Let's say my presentation is on May 3rd, 2017. Okay? I'm then going to add a slide number. So it'll put a slide number for each slide. I'll put a checkbox where it says footer, and I'll type in my name. Then I'll add my title, President. Now, one of the options here is, notice I have my name and the word President. Since I have that listed on my title slide, that first slide that I created, I don't want this to show up. So I'm just going to click Don't Show on the title slide. Okay? But all the rest of these slides, all this information will appear. I'll click Apply to All, and you'll notice it doesn't change anything on my title slide. But if I go to the first slide, there's my name, President, there is my date, and there's my slide number. Okay? And there you go. One of the things I recommend students do all the time is, before they give a presentation, always double check for spelling errors. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the Review tab, and I'm going to click Spelling. Notice this spelling box appears. It highlights the word cream, and it looks like I've misspelled it. Here's the suggestions, and this is the correct one, so I'll just click Change. The word toppings appear. It's highlighted, and it's giving me these suggestions, and this is the correct one, so I'll click Change. whipped is misspelled, and this is the correct spelling, so I'll click change. And yes, I misspelled peanuts, and this is the correct spelling. I click change, and there you go. I get a little message saying spell check is complete. I'm good to go. I'll click outside that placeholder. I'll go back and select slide 1. One more thing you want to do is apply what are called slide transitions to your slides. It adds some little motion to when you go from one slide to the next. Now you'll notice I'm at the first slide. Notice the border appears around it. So I'm on the first slide. If I click transitions, I can choose a transition, let's say fade, and it previews it for me. And notice the little star appears, which means I have a transition. I can go up here and click preview, and it previews that transition again. I can then go to another slide and choose a different transition, let's say random bars. Or I can select all the slides at once by just clicking, let's say, on a slide, hold down the Control key, and select the remaining slides, and I can apply a transition to all those slides all at once. There you go. Now, notice over here you have some timing issues where you can have the slide automatically advance after a certain number of seconds, let's say after 10 seconds or 20 seconds. So you have those options. You can have it apply a little sound with each transition, and all that is usually explained in the textbook. Okay? I'm going to go back to the Home tab. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is printing, because this is an issue that students ask all the time. How do I print out my PowerPoint slides? Well, if I go File and I go Print, now if I'm connected to a color printer, this is how it's going to come out in color, and you will notice it's set to print out one slide per page. Now, that can get really expensive if you're using your home's color printer. So what I recommend students do is, here where it says color, change it to pure black and white. Pure black and white gets rid of a lot of the color, but if you have text, graphics, charts, diagrams, it prints out just fine. Also, right now it's set to slides. If I click this little arrow here, I can do 2 slides per page. Or underneath slides, I can do 3 slides per page, and so forth. Most students want to do 3 slides per page because it gives you the view of the 3 slides. Plus, let's say you're in a class and you're taking notes, you have area here to write down your notes. Okay? You can then send it to your printer, click print. Up here it tells you how many copies. The default's going to be 1 copy for your file. And once you print it out, you're good to go. Okay? So I just want to give you just a simple preview of some of the basics of PowerPoint. It's quick, it's easy, it's fun, and again, most students find this to be the easiest program to learn. That's it.